Welcome, G's. Today we're gonna talk about how to never lose, or specifically how to always turn failure into success. You know what's funny? I love telling this to people. I love telling them the chance of you fucking succeeding is fucking zero anyway. Think about that. All of you watching this video, 99% of you watching this video will fail. Is that fucking hilarious? You'll probably never have a fucking Lambo. You fucking never have a Rollie. You'll never have a fucking 4K fucking ring randomly that you just bought randomly. You'll never be rich. You'll probably never have a super hot girlfriend. Isn't that kind of funny? And it's hilarious to me that I'm starting this video like that, but it's the truth. I told this guy and he was, but the reason I'm telling you this is actually out of love. Because I need to prepare you guys for the real world. What you guys have to understand, guys, the real world is competition. Everything you want that is of value is being chased by the men, right? When I'm in a competition, a 100-meter competition, there is the multiple winners. There's only one winner. There's only one guy who's at the front and beats everyone. And that's who every guy wants to be. So the chance of you succeed in life is actually zero, guys. I'll be honest, right? But I'll show you in this video how to actually succeed, even though the chance is zero. Number one, what you need to understand about failure. Number one thing is failure is paramount to success, actually. Now, how's that possible? How is it possible that you can only succeed when you actually keep failing? Because failing is the breeding ground for success. Whenever you fail, you have the opportunity to take what's inside the failure, right? The energy or the thing that's inside the failure. You just basically flip it, frame it, right? And then it just kind of leads to success. That's how every fucking every fucking smart guy, successful guy thinks. There's no other way to do it. Whenever you fail, you need to start changing your mindset. Something in your brain needs to be able to look at this failure and be like, you know what? I'm actually gonna use this as a stepping stone to my success. Let me give you an example so you understand what I'm talking about. Let's say something really bad happens to you. Let's say you're 12 years old, and let's say you're like in high school, and let's say you really like this girl, and let's say you go up to her, you muster your confidence. You're like, you know what? I need to tell this girl that I really like her and that I want her to be my girl. You go up to her, like, hey, Julia, I just want to tell you I really like you. And then she looks at you, she's like, what the fuck? And just is like, no, sorry, ew, and just walks off. Imagine how you'd feel in that situation, right? What massive failure that would be. But was it? What if you actually frame it? What if you're like, you know what? That energy or the fact that she said no, I'm gonna now use this as energy, as motivation to learn everything there is about being good with girls. And then one day, I'm gonna be with fucking hotties with dimes, and that bitch is gonna see that and is gonna regret her choice. And then I'm still gonna fuck that bitch, and I'm just gonna throw her away because she thought that she was cooler than me. So now, is it really failure that this should happen to you? What about Batman, for example, or any superhero movie at this point? Let's take Batman. Parents get killed in front of him. You could argue that's the reason he turned to Batman. So is it now a failure? Is being Batman one of the coolest guys ever a failure? But would it have happened if his parent wouldn't get killed? Think about that. In every superhero movie, the movie starts with something fucked up happening to the hero. And that's when you need to start changing your mindset from now on, guys. This is truly a mindset shift. And I used to think that everyone has that, right? I truly believe that. But 99% of people don't even think that way. That's why it feels weird to even talk about this in the video, because I'm like, isn't that something basic? But apparently it's not, because most of you don't get it. That's why I'm explaining it. You need to change your mindset from now on, that every time you fail, you can take that failure and frame it in a way where it's now actually part of the superhero movie, right? If, for example, let's say I lose a 100-meter race, an important race. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm such a loser, I can't do it, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna actually be like, yo, I'm gonna actually use that as a comeback story, because I'm gonna run way faster next time or next year. And then I can actually use that as a comeback story, which is gonna elevate everything. Think about that. Now it's not a failure anymore. I'm gonna study everything that happened wrong in this video. And that's the next in this race. And that's the next thing. Number two, always analyze your failures. That's another thing that almost nobody does. It's crazy. You would think that people think this way, but they actually don't. That's why the competition is so thin nowadays, right? I'll be honest, sometimes I'll think to myself, I don't know if I deserve to have a Rollie. I don't know if I deserve to have a fucking 2K suit, right? I don't know if I deserve all this shit. I don't know if I deserve looking at my bank account and I see fucking 6 figures, 7 figures, depending on the day. And I don't know if I deserve that. And you know why? Because I'm like, would I have been able to do this, let's say 100 years ago, 200 years ago, when the competition was way more fierce? The competition is zero nowadays, guys. It's fucking zero. So for this reason, you need to start thinking about the basics and you'll be better than everyone else. So, like I said, always analyze every failure that happened to you to a T. Give an example about, for example, let's say my 100-meter race. If I run a 100-meter race and I lose that race, I'm gonna take a video. And that's one of the things in college, he used to hate me for that. My coach used to hate me for always having a phone and always taking videos, right? But I do it regardless. And then you analyze every single step that I took. And I analyze my starting phase, my transition phase, my top end speed. I'll analyze how high my knees are going, the angle of my fucking arms, like compared to the guy that won. I'll analyze every single component. And if you do that, you'll be able to change the things that made you lose and win. Most of the time, guys, winning is about eradicating what made you lose. It's not really about like increasing what made you win. It's about eradicating what made you lose, right? And there's many examples when it comes to that with money, even lessons that I learned, right? For example, what I've been doing now diligently is I only spend 20% of my income. I don't care if I made $1 million this month profit. I'll not spend more than 200 grand on that. Never. Because now I know that I should be investing the rest of the money, or investing back in the business, investing it into, stocks, crypto. I like crypto more, for example, right? I'll do that. And the only way I realized that is because there came a time when shit happened, my business fucking went to zero, and I looked at my fucking bank account and I didn't see any money in it because I'd spent it all. So I learned from my mistakes, guys. You need to learn from your mistakes, but not in a way where it's like, oh yeah, actually sit down and analyze what fucking happened to you and why it happened to you. You need to be perceptive. Always be watching, what can I do better, right? Now the third way how to always turn failure into success is by understanding that success is actually a numbers game. That's one of the, even I didn't know it, right? That's one of the things I had to learn by heart. Guys, if you want to be successful, success is almost like you punch against a wall. First time you punch, nothing happens. Second time you punch, nothing happens. But you just keep punching the same fucking spot like 1,000 times until the wall starts cracking and then it actually cracks. That's kind of what success is. It's like a numbers game. You'll have to try maybe 5 to 10 businesses before you find a business that actually works for you, right? First time I tried dropshipping, I massively failed. I went into debt, guys, at fucking 20 years old. I could have said it's a fucking failure, but it was not a failure. It's like a numbers game. It's almost like you have dice and you're rolling the dice. Is it a failure if you don't roll a 6 on the first try? Is that truly a failure? No, because that's just the name of the game. You just have to play the numbers game. Roll again, roll again, roll again. Like the failure would be that you didn't roll, right? So that's what you guys need to understand. You can never ever give up. You need to keep rolling. You need to keep playing the numbers game. And that's why I was always so confident that I'll end up very, very successful. Because I was like, there is no way that I'll try year after year after year after year to become successful, right? Let's say you start at 16, start a business, crashes, back to be broke. 17, you try again, broke. Then at 20 years, try again, then broke. Then at 20, and then you just keep trying. Like you really think until you're like 50 years old, like every single business that you try will fucking not succeed and you won't even fucking be able to make 5K a month? Like think about that. It's not even possible. And that's why I was always so successful and so confident that I would be successful, because I can just keep trying and trying and trying and trying. That's why I always recommend you guys, you need to start as early as possible to become successful. The most successful guys I know literally started when they were 14, 15, right? Don't believe all these guys that will tell you, you have time, you're young, you're 23, you're 25, you still have time. No, you don't have time. You must understand that every second you spend not trying to be successful is a second lost, because you never get it back. So understand that success is a numbers game. You won't be successful on your first try, probably not on your second try, probably not on your third try, probably not on your 10th try, probably not on your 20th try. Every single millionaire I know tells me, literally every single one, they went broke at least once. Average is like 3 times. I met this other guy who was making $5 million a month, fantastic guy. And I met him in Beverly Hills, so I was in Los Angeles. And he told me he went broke 3 times. Like broke. And I was making $5 million a month. Never give up.